Okay, we're live. All right, is anyone out there? We're live. Have about 2 minutes before the show is scheduled to start. Always want to make sure that we have. Thank you, honey. Always want to make sure we have ample time to prepare for mishaps. All right, so who do we have on? It shows 3 people. I think one of those is probably Wendell. Hey Sam, how are you? So it seems like ages since I talked to you. How's everything treating you? How's the world, the universe, people you cohabitate with, whether inside a home or connected towards you? Hey Angel and Linda, hello. Brianna, welcome. Guys, I'm so happy that you were able to come on. I know I just started a little bit early, but you know, our past experiences have been, I need to prepare, right? I need to take time to do it early, just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, so it's really good to see everyone on. We'll just hang out for a few more minutes, just see if anyone else joins us, just to be respectful of that, because as I said, I did come in early, but that's what I like to normally do. I don't like to be late. Makes me kind of anxious. Hey Priscilla, how are you? I briefly saw your post earlier on the business cards you did. I need to go back. I didn't have time to really focus on it. It was one of those catch up with where everything was at, and then, you know, not really delve deep into the details, but looks like from what I could see initially, it looked really nice. Congratulations. Having a lazy day. I love lazy days, man. I call them pajama parties myself. You know, where you showering is optional when you get up. You know, you might stay in your pajamas for a couple hours and then, you know, get a bite to eat, watch some movies, lay on the couch, and then you know, it's all about self-care, of course. I mean, it's something that you need to be doing. Oh, nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hey Tabitha, how are you doing? Let me see. I'm gonna go over to the page here and see what I can look at. Sam's grid. Bear with me, guys. Let's see here. Did it come through? Let me see here. Community. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Let's see. Hasn't come through yet, Sam. Let me update. Let me refresh. Yeah, I might have to get back to it. It didn't come through yet. I'm so excited. If all y'all can post your pictures, I would be so appreciative. I just love the creative process that involves grid work. Is fascinating to me. I had a friend at work come up to me, and she, hopefully she'll come on tonight, She showed me her grid, but what she told me was that she chose the crystals before she picked the grid. She had the exact count, the exact number of crystals needed for her grid, which I'm sure y'all know. I mean, at least I'll speak from my experience. I usually have chosen more, and then I have surplus, right? So, but she chose the exact amount, which I thought was just amazing. Oh, that's hard, Priscilla, when you have multiple people on one project. Yeah, I know. Brianna, doesn't that sound fun? Pajama party, right? And you can have a pajama party with one. I mean, party of one. So it just makes it seem like it gives you permission, right, to really just relax and just have a day of nothingness. Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be actually interesting. Yeah, Priscilla. But I want to comment on the rain. It's been raining here in Texas. Oh my gosh, Southeast Texas. It's just been, I mean, well, we have drought or torrential rains. The rain has just been, for the last 3 or 4 days, we've had nothing but rain. Flash flood warnings, it's just amazing. And we have gumbo here, which I don't know if you know that soil. It's clay-like, so nothing can penetrate it. So it's the top layer is just maybe a little bit of dirt, and that once it gets saturated, there's nowhere for the water to go. So it just gets deeper and deeper. Yeah, my oil. Okay, so I want to talk about oils and incense. I've been doing that for such a long time. I can't even remember the exact moment when I started to create my own incense and oils. It's a fascinating process, guys. I don't know if you've ever delved into it or not, but you're a creator, you're a co-creator. Now, of course, there's recipes out there, but I never would follow a recipe per se, or if I did, I tweaked it a little bit. I would add a little bit, take away something, modify, just like when you're cooking a recipe, right? You want to personalize it. So that's what I do with my oils and incense making. I always personalize it, and I start out with the intention. It's not, and sometimes, okay, let me back up. So it can be, I want to work with a specific herb, and then from there the intention is defined. But most often, 99% of the time, I start with the intention and then explore the oils and or herbs and resins that support that intention. So that to me is just creating a new oil and a new incense takes more time than actually preparing it. So Tabitha, I'm hoping that everyone here is doing great. I feel myself shifting, guys. I don't know if y'all understand what that. I'm having a hard time communicating what that means. Should I say? I feel myself expanding, and I know that being with people like you, like-minded individuals, is only supporting that. And I really want to tell you thank you right now before I forget how much I do appreciate you sharing, opening up, being willing to participate in something like this. It really shows courage to do that. Priscilla, I actually used the Merkaba this time as well. I just changed the crystals out. I wanted to give it a little different intention. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me see. Let me go over there, Sam, and look at the event page then. That'll help me. So give me just 1 second while I pop over to the event. Because right now my video is taking up all of my screen here. Yeah, I don't see it there. Well, okay, I will get to it though, Sam, for sure. Let's see. Okay. I need to find those pages then. Cross-posting. Yeah, Facebook's not being kind to me right now. It's telling me that my frame is too low. What the heck does that mean? Facebook, come on. Speak Tina's language, not Facebook's language. Yeah, you actually, I think you need an assistant to look at the page while you're actually facing people, because what I can see on my page doesn't support what y'all are telling me. So I apologize for that, guys. But we'll have it there though. So that's the good thing though. So if you post it on the event, then we never delete the events. Right, so it'll be up there for us to review later. Have I ever made a custom oil or incense for someone? Actually, I had someone that was wanting to stop smoking, so I made her an oil specifically for that reason. And then, of course, it became, accessible to anyone. But to personalize, like a Priscilla oil, I've not done that before. I usually work on intention. So, but if you had an intention, and then I could build upon that. But to say the essence of Priscilla, that's actually kind of interesting. I've never really approached that. The essence of Priscilla. I wonder what that would be. Oh yeah, I actually yesterday, Brianna, I left my car without my umbrella and my mask, so I walk into the office drenched without a mask. I'm thinking, crap. Now what? Now what do I do? Do I go back in the rain to get my mask out of the car? I didn't. I asked one of the office workers there if they could loan me a mask, and they did have one, thankfully. But yeah, the raincoats definitely help. I'll tell you this funny story. I don't know if Wendell's listening or not, but there was a time a couple months back, it was raining, so he put his raincoat on and then went outside and washed the car. So he used the rain water. I did. I posted that, Sam. Yeah, I had everyone. It was a Google map. It's a Google map. And I posted it that night. So it should be there. Let me see. Hey, Ellen, how are you doing? Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can get Wendell if he's listening. Wendell, are you listening? I think he can be on the page just as well as I can. So yeah, I did. We did post it. It was actually quite interesting. We had all of the individual cities, and what I did was I just put your first and your last name. So I didn't want to, give out too much personal information. So yeah, I'll have to have Wendell help me. But I did post it, Sam. Ah, you sent us a message. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so let me come over here. Let me see here. I'm just getting the messages now. Let's see here. I see it here. Let's see. Hey, Ellen, how are you doing? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Hey, Ellen, how are you doing? Let me see if I can. Yeah, I keep hearing myself. That's not what I want. Okay, all right. Maybe Priscilla. I don't know. It was a new message that came up. All right, so Yeah. It would be. I think personalization is always important when people are looking for something, that's not in a box. When I say that, is like one size fits all. And I thought about doing that with crystals, but an oil, yeah, an incense. Incense is a hard item to offer because not everyone works with incense. Although oils, on the other hand, I think it's something that would be appreciated by majority. Incense, you either have to have the charcoal disc, or it has to be in a cone or a stick, which I like the loose, so I need the charcoal disc. But that's a really interesting concept, Priscilla. I'm gonna borrow your idea. So personalized oil. Yeah, I can see where that would work too. You didn't see the map? Ah, Wendell, are you there? He's actually right next door in this room over here. So yeah, it was there. Yep. So Triskel Odyssey as a page. Yep, that's perfect. So I think what I'm going to need to start doing is, and I don't know how to do this, maybe create like a personal group, and then just invite everyone and just keep it private. And then as people want to join us, we'll just invite them to the group. And then that way it doesn't get, because right now we're trying, what's happening is I'm mixing Triskel Odyssey posters and pictures and videos and posts and things like that with our group content, and I think it's getting shifted to the bottom, so I think it might be difficult for us to find it easily. So I really think that I need to go ahead and just go ahead and build a group for us, and then that way it's separate from Triskel Odyssey, and there's not a whole lot of chatter outside of that. Okay, thank you, Ellen. Yeah, you know what, Sam? I'm open to either. Absolutely, but I really do want to hear your experience. Yeah, so I think I'm with Priscilla. So whatever's easier for you guys, if you want to type it out, and go ahead and post it in this live, and then we can all comment on that experience, that comment. I know that you not being able to speak is a detriment, but if you can type it out and just let us all know, what you felt, because I'm eager to share mine too. So Sam's going to go first. And while you're doing that, Sam, I'm going to go ahead and look at the event. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I don't see your comments, Sam. I don't see that either. Okay. Yeah, Brianna. A grid is just, it can be anything. It can be a straight line. It can be a circle. It can be a triangle. It can be a zigzag. The infinity sign. There's sacred geometry. So it's just, and you don't even need a pattern. It can be totally random, heartfelt, driven by your intuition. So a grid is just what I believe is the basics of a grid is that you use crystals and intention and your energy to activate those intentions with that crystal, and you can put it on like a pattern, and then from there those feelings and those intentions are established, and you broadcast it to the universe. You're like stating your, I'm going to use the word again, intention, but it's better, it's more than that. It's, I'm stating a fact. You are creating at that moment what your future is to be like. So it's pretty powerful. It actually helps take control, but participate, right? You just can't sit back and let life happen to you. You've got to be a participant, and you've got to do things to make changes, right? Life doesn't happen at you. You are part of your own life. You're part of your own story. So it's important that you take action within it. Okay, so I'm not seeing anyone else's comments. Are we doing okay out there? Sam, are you on? Anyone out there? Let's see. Still nothing. Can anyone hear me? We've dropped down to 5 people, so I'm hoping. Okay, all right, here we go. So Ellen is commenting. So she had a mission. She held 2 clear quartz Shivas, 1 in each hand, and repeated our goal. Right. Okay. So this is something I want to add to Ellen. So it was Sam's suggestion that we hold this intention for 9 minutes. And normally, if I'm meditating, 9 minutes is a long time. It just seems like, oh my gosh, when's it ever going to end? But in this specific case, this time, I also felt like what you said. I think that me holding that crystal in my hand and having that mantra of to promote truth, love, and empathy, and just saying that over and over again, right? It was just phenomenal. I could actually feel the intensity. I could feel everyone's energy. Okay, good. Yeah, I was just confirming that Ellen did hear me. Yeah, I think so too, Priscilla. It's in a lot of ways, it's like it's intentionally mindless, if that makes any sense. So creating a grid, you have your focus, but it's really quite relaxing. Just putting it all together, looking down at your grid. Does it look right? Just shifting a crystal a little bit or moving it, to the left. So it's it definitely is a focused mindlessness. Did you? Oh, Sam. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna either have to come to Chicago, and you're gonna have to come here. That's just the way it has to be. I mean, we just have to meet somewhere. But it was beautiful. It really was, and I think it's a perfect amount of time. So we started at 7:11 Central Standard Time. We ended at 7:20. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. I felt like it gave me enough time to really build that energy and, present it. And I mean, I envisioned all of us scattered throughout the US and Canada and just building that cone of energy. Okay, so listen to what Linda's saying. She drummed while she was chanting her intention, and it really seemed like the energy was going out beyond you. Right, I mean, so you were pushing that aura, that energy field out. You were holding the quartz crystal, that Linda pulled from the earth. And that really helped to amplify things. Yeah. I mean, and just having the intention, I mean, I know that sounds, really trite, and I think people discount the power of the mind and the power of the spirit and positive intentions. I can tell you guys that I've been really trying very hard to focus my energy on positive intention, positive mindset, positive thoughts, positive feelings, positive words. And it's hard, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm struggling, I'm human, and I've been programmed to see a lot of negatives. And then shifting that to where I'm seeing more positives means that I'm drawing in more positive in my life. So I think that with our group here, I think that that's what we're accomplishing. At a Whataburger, I don't like Whataburger, but I'll drink water. I'll meet you there. I don't know what the appeal is, Sam. I really don't. I haven't been able to figure that out. But it is a really big thing here. You're right. Whataburger is. I'm not a fast food eater, so. Oh wow. Yeah, I try and shy away from the fast food. So Sam also used self-dug Arkansas quartz. That's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah. I experience working with spirit, Sam, quite a bit. I really think that when you see the eerie faces, I mean, they could be distorted, right? So you're going to know, Sam, if there's a negative entity present. So the eerie faces, they might just be distorted. But I think that our ancestors are here to help and assist us. And the ancestors can be, your bloodline. It could definitely be spirits that were called to represent you, there to support you. They may not ever have been related to you in any lifetime. Just interested parties that are willing to help you. So, they're probably just curious. What's going on with Sam? Let me help if I can. Ellen, I did too. I'm really hoping that we can do this again next month. I think this is something so simple, and I'm going to use that word simple because it's not complicated, and because we've all come together as a group, and the collective, and that's where that I'm just calling it the Collective Crystal Coalition. Us coming together as a group, sharing a common bond, and having this common aim gives it power. Yeah, and that you're supported, and that's something all of us humans need to know, that we're supported on this side, above and below. That we're supported by physical entities as well as spiritual entities. Yeah, Linda, I can actually tell you I've ate at Whataburger once. Wasn't impressed. But I'm not, as I said, I'm not a fast food eater. Although I'm a sucker for a McDonald's French fry. I know they're not good for me, but yeah, and I can't tell you the last time I had one of those. So, yep, Sam, Whataburger's fine though. I would meet you there in a heartbeat. Yeah, Brent, it's not much, is it? But I don't know much about celiac disease, but my heart goes out to you, hon. Yeah, I really, I think all of us have an infliction of some sort, from a health perspective. So I do feel for you. I'm really, if there's I actually have a prayer portion on my altar. And I put it for those that need some healing prayers. I would love to be able to put your name on there if I can. So Sam, you're saying that they look like goblins or fairies. So, okay, yeah. And of course, your experience is going to determine which one it is. If their faces are more distorted or obscured, I would say more on the line of goblin. It's an earth element, though. I mean, so there's and those are supporting. Yeah, they're not a detrimental type element at all. Yeah, I agree, Linda. Yeah. But it was several years ago that I had it. I have a friend that they swear by Whataburger. I don't understand. Yes, if anyone has the opportunity to go to Arkansas, you need to make the trip. Wendell and I, as a matter of fact, that's how we actually got started in the crystal business. We went to Arkansas Hot Springs, that area. Met with one of the miners there, Jimmy Coleman. He has the Coleman Mines. I don't know if you heard of it, but there's a brothers, Ronnie and Jimmy. We met with Jimmy. The guy, I swear he was 100 years old, and he just loved to talk. I felt like we were being interviewed. So we met with them. We called in advance, asked for an appointment. We went to their home. We drove through the backwoods of Arkansas. And guys, they had thrown away this lawn art crystals that were larger than this table. That is honest the truth. There were crystals everywhere in their yard. Their warehouse was I don't know how many square feet they had. They had several large warehouses just full of clear quartz crystal. And I was bouncing off the walls. I was so excited about the opportunity, excited to meet them, energized by all the crystals. This was earlier on. I've been collecting crystals for several years, but this was the first time I had it concentrated like that. Outside of being in a crystal shop, this was like full-on energy work. I mean, I couldn't even settle in to understand what he was saying. And Wendell and him talked for several hours. And so then we went back the next day, and that's when we purchased from them. So, it's creepy. So they're smiling. Are they creepy smiling? Or are they just... Maybe it's... I don't know. I mean, maybe you're just not trusting the help that they're willing to give. The Coleman Mines, yeah. They do have awesome crystals. Mm-hmm. Not able to consume gluten. Wow. Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh, Brianna. Yes. I mean, especially if it makes you feel sick. Right? I mean, And it's so odd that, I mean, it's like, how does your body all of a sudden create this situation to where you're not able to eat a certain food? I mean, I understand that maybe if you're born that way, but then when how it evolves into that, it's really fascinating. Yeah, Sam. I didn't go to Ron. I felt like Jimmy was more personalized. Ron was commercial. I mean, it was all. I mean, he had what do you call those? Where you, gosh, I can't think of it. It just came in and then left. Where you hang on the rope and you go through the woods or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, it was all about the commercialization of his mind. Top secret public mine called Fisher Mountain. Okay, I'm writing that one down. I am writing that one down. Wendell and I need to, we haven't been rock hounding in a while. I think both of us need that type of, it's not a break, it's a physical zip line. There you go, Priscilla. Thank you, zip line. I'm thinking, Wendell and I did it in Tennessee, zip line. But yeah, they have a zip line. So over a crystal mine, they have a zip line. So it's all about the commercialization. Yeah, he's got advertisement. No, and he's a businessman, so I don't fault him for that. I felt more more community minded with Jim. Him and his wife, I think her name was Terry. They made me feel right at home. I mean, they were very, very kind. So it was more than just the business deal. It was definitely an introduction to the crystal world. So I was really happy, and I think we learned a lot from him. So that was also beneficial when you can find somebody in the business that's willing to share, right? Not so territorial on their secrets. Okay, so let's see. So Sam, are you ready to share your experience with the energy work? And that's where so the crystal grids is where we all had our own private intention. My intention for my grid was to bring in, first of all, I wanted luck, right? And luck, it comes in many different forms. I focused on wealth, but I also wanted to have visions. I wanted to know that my vision, my internal guidepost was going in the right direction, right? I mean, you can imagine what a compass is like. So I also wanted to honor my heart, because sometimes your head wants more than what your heart does, right? I mean, so they're in conflict. So I wanted to make sure that I was always being drawn back to and paying honor to my heart. Whatever would nurture and promote what was in my heart, that's what I wanted to have included in the grid. So I used a garnet to anchor all of my feelings and the energies. So I kept that outside the grid itself. And then in the middle, I had a rose quartz tower, and that was to represent my heart chakra. And then I surrounded that in a Merkaba with citrine, clear quartz, orange opal, and then flower agate. And then those, let's see, that's four supporting crystals. I really felt like they complemented the rose quartz, but at the same time, the citrine, of course, was for abundance. And I have a lot of, I do a lot of work on my solar plexus, and in my sacral. So I mean, those are the two chakras that I do a lot of work on. And then these crystals, I feel like they were really healing and beneficial to that. And those two chakras to me are at the base of me not being able to trust myself a lot. You know, I'm guided, but then I hesitate. So I wanted to make sure that with this grid I had luck, wealth, and vision. So I wanted, those are the three main things that I was focusing on. So that was my personal grid. But going back to the collective, and that the collective, I think the grid work and the collective itself, it works really well on a full moon. So I'm kind of hesitant right now about giving one up over the other. I really think they complement each other well from a personal standpoint. And of course, if y'all have any opinion on that, I'd love to hear that. But focusing on the collective, I really felt like our voices were joined. I don't know if y'all felt that or not. But I really felt supported by you out there with the same common goal. Does anyone have any comments to that or any thoughts? Yeah, I don't know if we're frozen. I don't have any other comments. 5 minutes ago was the last comment. Let's see here. Are y'all there? Can you hear me okay? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Wow. Okay, so Sam, yeah, I actually sat at my kitchen table. But I can see where it would have been overwhelming. So Sam had to lay down to better relax and to connect to the universe. Yeah, I mean, I think we all were too. I really think that we all had a commitment to this, and I don't think any of us slacked off. And I think that that's the important aspect of it, is that we followed through. So you were actually seeing the energy waves. So I mean, I would imagine then, Sam, that you were putting out, the positive energy, and in turn, it's like attracts like, right? So I would hope that all the energy that you were putting out, you were putting forth, was coming back to you. And I believe in the threefold law. So I hope that it came back to you 3 times as much as you put out. Oh my gosh. So Priscilla, no problem, hon. Yeah. It's a relaxing way to just release some of the the pent up energy you have too. So let the rain do that for you. Oh, but Ellen, oh my gosh. That is just so horrifying. So Ellen lives in Canada, which, I mean, if the U.S. did research and dug deep, they would find the same, I'm sure. you read stories all the time about the ministers, and the missionaries, or the religious, I'm going to call them cults, would go into an area and to try and change the people there by removing or prohibiting or punishing those that were there. I don't understand it. I absolutely have no idea of how another human could treat a human like that. Absolutely have no idea how that's possible. Oh wow. Yeah, so Ellen, you're right now, then I would assume that your ancestors are with you, and they're speaking really loud. They're speaking really loud. And Ellen, I don't know how or what you've done before in the past to work with your ancestors, but I think it might be time for you to connect with them deliberately and try and find out if you can do any healings for them. Whatever thoughts come to your mind, whatever images, memories that come up, I really think that this might be an important thing for you to take on their behalf, because they're not in physical form anymore, but they still are suffering from those wounds. They still feel that pain, and they might be looking to you to help ease that pain and take that burden away. So you might want to consider working with your ancestors in that manner. And the fact is that they escaped that situation, but the thought is that they escaped it, so you almost, I'm sure guilt probably pays a lot in their life. Why did they escape it and others didn't? Or in the sorrow, I'm sure they knew people that didn't escape it. I'm here. Thank you. I am here. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, yeah. Right, absolutely. I mean, without them, Ellen, you wouldn't exist. And I know that they're there to help support you too. There's some that this is my personal experience, so bear with me. And if you have an alternate opinion, I'm definitely happy and welcome to hear that. So I have an altar table here in my home. It's right over here. It's where I put items specifically for dedication and blessings to my ancestors. But those ancestors, to me, go beyond my blood. They're spirit guides that are here to support me, that were never related to me. But I think also those that are related to us are have that deeper connection, of course, and have a stronger commitment to see and help you. And then you can help them too. That's the interesting thing. They may have moved on. They might be in an alternate realm in the spiritual world, but they say that if you heal the childhood, the ancestral wound, you not only heal yourself and your ancestors, you heal your descendants. So, I mean, that's fascinating. So, yeah, I don't know, Ellen. I don't know what your next move should be, but I'm sure you'll do some soul searching and figure that out. It's something you really have to pay homage to, because not everyone is in your situation, hon. How do you... Anishinaabe. I've never heard of that tribe. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, now they're trying to rewrite history in the U.S. in a lot of ways. Now, the history was ugly. History is written by the victors, right? But to recognize that those they're called indigenous. What are they? Here in the U.S., Native Americans are not. Is it the indigenous? There's a more apt phrase to use. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I want to make sure that I'm using the proper way to acknowledge the group of individuals. So I think a lot of people claim to have Native American blood. Supposedly my family, it's indigenous. Okay, there you go. My family on my mom's side supposedly has Blackfoot, but it's such a distant relative. There's no trace of it in our bloodline, so it's family lore. I can't give credence to it. I'm just telling you that it's repeated from generations. Although my mom does look Indian. She has a really high cheekbones, dark complected, naturally, black hair, has no hair on her body, so she has a lot of the genetic traits of a Native American. Me, on the other hand, my dad's Italian, so I have more hair than what I need. And I have somewhat high cheekbones, but nothing like my mom. Okay, so is there anyone here that hasn't shared their experience? I want to make sure we give everyone time to share their experience about the collective energy. And then we're like 10 minutes before the show ends, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next week. So I think, let me go through the comments just to make sure. So just pausing. Let me be proactive here. So Linda's talked about hers. Yeah. Ellen. Sam, definitely. And I've talked a lot, so I know I gave you my experience there. So I think everyone has given their experience, which it's just so amazing to me, guys. I know that it sounds kind of trite and like, oh, okay, but don't you find it fascinating that all of us are similar but so different, and that your experiences are so different than mine, but so blessed at the same time? You know what I mean? I'm not envious that Sam had that experience. I'm joyful that Sam had that experience, and I think that that's what that's personally what I'm looking for, is that I support your joy, and not in a jealous or envious way, that I am so happy that Sam experienced that. And Ellen, she could feel the power, and that Linda, she had those experiences too when she was setting forth her intention. That to me is just the simple fact of us having this coalition coming together. It's more than just us giving to others, we're giving to ourselves too at the same time. We're healing ourselves. So that energy that we're putting out, it's coming back and it's being absorbed into our very essence. So I absolutely believe that this is an important, I'm not going to say project, I don't know what to call it, but I think this is really important for me personally to continue, because I do think it is beneficial, not just for the collective, those outside of my personal realm, but for myself as well. So thank you guys for helping with this, being a part of it. It really is exciting for me, and so so needed, I think. So it is like just a few minutes before we stop. So the next Tuesday is July 6th. Yeah, thank you, Priscilla. So it's a Tuesday, and there's the full moon in July is on the 23rd. So this is what I'm proposing, is that on July 20th. Oh yeah, no, Ellen, I'm learning from you. Yeah, thank you. So let me get my calendar up here. All right, so next Tuesday is July 6th. Oh wow. Yeah, absolutely, Sam. Yeah, they don't have to say, oh, I'm here, I want to join. Just knowing that we've been able to provide the idea, and then represent it and then present it to others as a gift. Here is something that we're doing together. Join privately, publicly. To me, it doesn't matter that I have their name and I know where they live. That to me just is like a cherry on top, but that's not the meat of the project. The fact is that we're healing each other. We're healing others that need to be healed, that may not even know us. They may not even, and that doesn't even matter. It's not the fact is that, I'm Tina and I healed you. I sent out you, positive energy. To me, that actually takes away from the intent. So I think that with us, being discreet in the background, sending out these positive energy, and then sharing it with others, and then having them share with others, that's how we build this. Absolutely, Sam. I really appreciate you saying that, because I think that that's important for us to remember, is that just because somebody doesn't want to be public with it doesn't mean that we haven't done what we needed to do. So, good point. Okay, so on July 6th, we're going to meet again. And this is just, July 6th will just be one of our crystal conversations. It'll just be a normal meeting. Oh, yeah, Sam, see, that's beautiful. I'm so grateful that there's people out there like you, Sam, that that there are people that need that, guys, there's so many of us humans out there that are suffering for whatever reason, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and they just don't think that anyone cares, and it just breaks my heart. It really does just break my heart that, I'm sorry, that there's so many tortured individuals out there. I'm so sorry, hold on, sorry. And so, yeah, that is weird, Priscilla. So for us to be able to give them that lifeline, it's so important. It's so important. And I always tell people, be the light. And that, when you're the light, it's like you're a beacon. You're that the moths are drawn to the light. You're shining, and that's it's something that I think is really important for us to keep remembering. Okay, so sorry, I got kind of emotional there. Okay, so let's regroup. Okay, so let's go back to where I was supposed to be. All right, so July 6th, next week, we're going to have our regular meeting. And then July 13th, we'll have another regular meeting. So we have 2 regular meetings. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's so sweet, Brianna. Yeah, I know. We have to do this, guys. Humanity needs us. They really do. I mean, and I know that we think that we're not in a position to make a change, but we are. We are. I mean, you have to believe that. Every little thing you do, every smile you give a stranger, every smile you give yourself, you're making an impact on this world. Yeah, you are. So please don't trivialize it. You have to be the light. Yeah, Sam, absolutely. Okay, all right. So, on the 6th and the 13th, they're just regular conversations. But on the 20th is when we're going to come together with our selections of the next crystal grid that we're going to be building. I really would like to continue with that same intention for the collective to promote truth, love, and empathy. I honestly don't know that there's anything better than that right now. I think the world really needs that. So that will be our intention. But your personal grid, of course, is whatever you want to do with it. So on the 20th is when we're going to do that. And I'll send out the agenda so that we can have a better understanding and better schedule. I apologize for being late on it today. I did a journey last night for a client, and we had technical difficulties, and I completely overlooked posting the event. But okay, so then on the 23rd is the next full moon, right? So that is actually on a Friday. So we'll prepare our selections on the 20th. We're going to present that to the group. The 23rd is a Friday, and that's when we're going to set up our grid and do the collective. Might be a little bit tricky for me because it's our show night, but I will have Wendell take over for that time that I need to be focusing, and he's fine with that, I'm sure. So we're going to do that again at 7-Eleven, have it for 9 minutes, and then we'll share our experiences on the 27th. So yep, I think that's going to do it. And I'm going to my schedule is going to be shifting in the next few weeks to where I'm going to be focusing primarily on Triskele Odyssey. I'm going to be resigning from my position at work in the next few days. I really am being called to do this as a vocation, so I'm putting myself out there to where I'm letting the universe know this, and that so that I can start really focusing on work like this. Oh, okay, Sam. All right, so you got vulnerable. Okay, so I just want to help Sam, if you don't mind. I'm just going to give you my opinion on this, Sam. So Sam was actually, he worked the intention, he presented it, and I think you may have opened yourself up too much there, Sam. Yeah, so just think of us as being a conduit, Sam. So don't give your energy away. You're just there as the amplifier, right? So you're the vessel. So the energy that you're creating is coming from, the Mother Earth, with the crystals that you have in front of you, holding, in your hands. Your energy, you are contributing, but not in a way that it depletes. I mean, you want to make sure that you're not doing that. If anything, you're creating a generator, right? So it's your energy into the crystal into your energy, and so on, so that you are creating that cycle. On And then when you are pushing it out to the universe, it's not taking from you. You've already created an external energy source that is of you, but not solely you, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I know, Ellen. I'm so big changes. It's something that's been coming on for a while, and I just know it's time. I cannot focus on this chapter of my life when I'm distracted by a 9-to-5 corporate life that I have. It doesn't satisfy my essence. I mean, there's something I have to do more. I really have to do more, and I can't. There's not enough time in the day for me to do both. So something's got to give. Yeah, thank you, Priscilla. Yeah, it's a big change for Wendell and I. So I'm excited. He's very supportive. I mean, I think if I told Wendell I was going to go hike on the North Pole, he would get online and start buying my equipment. He's an amazing person. Absolutely amazing. Yes, thank you, Brianna. Yep, so I'm all of this is coming together. The universe is just sending me signs. I mean, guys, that is just like, it's just so unbelievable. When you surrender to your future, it's just amazing what can happen. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So, Sam, I have a friend. Her name's Ronnie Muniz, and that's what she does for a living. She's a rock hound. She travels all over the U.S., meets amazing people. She digs fascinating crystals, and she sells them as that's her job. Yep, her vocation. It's not even a job, right? When you do what you love, it's not a job, not at all, right? So yeah, and that's what I want. I want to be able to, I have so many ideas. I mean, I've got, and I don't want to detract from our original purpose here, but I offer house clearings, healing sessions. I'm being called to train people. I'm working through that, and then things like this. This is my love. This is one of those things. I look forward to this. This is like a night out with friends. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but with common interests. So this is not something that is a drain on my resources at all. I look forward to this. So thank you guys for being part of it, and being part of the group itself. Oh, okay, sorry, but I forgot. What crystal are we going to talk about next week? Do y'all have any choices, any suggestions? I didn't even think about that. So what is the crystal of the moment for July 6th? Anyone have any suggestions? Yeah. 2022 group meetup barbecue. There you go, Sam. Yep. And that's going to be flying by. It's only 6 months away. Yeah, I know, Sam. I'm kind of... Did we do Iolite yet? I see. I don't have it. I don't think we did. I just have it as one of my personal crystals that I used. Yeah, I don't think so, Priscilla. It's not on my list. It could be that my list isn't accurate. Did we do Iolite yet? We did black tourmaline. Yeah, that was actually couple shows ago, or conversations ago. It's not a show. Meeting group. I don't know what to call this now. Hangout. We have done black tourmaline. I do remember that. We have some that I know I don't have in my personal, yeah, so those are, it's really hard to, when you don't have it to be able to work on it, with it, and then, you know, give your opinions about it. Okay, how about this, guys? Does everyone have satin spar or selenite? I've used selenite and satin spar, aka satin spar, as an accompaniment type crystal. Oh, labradorite. It's on the list. I know we haven't used it. I'm okay with labradorite. All in favor of labradorite. Ah, Sam, I don't have. I have indigo gabbro. That's the only one I have. I've never even heard of pink snowflake obsidian. Sam, oh my gosh. Lab is cool. Okay. All right. So, Linda, do you have labradorite? Okay. Yep. I think it's okay. Linda, labradorite, are you okay with that? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, gosh, I'm sorry. You are okay. Linda has experience with labradorite. Brianna, would you mind if we focused on labradorite next time on the 6th? Do you have any issues with that? Yeah, I don't have any purple lab. I might have flashes. Mine's more of the deep blue and with a little bit of pink. I do like those, the spectralite, I think it's called. Yeah, they do have special. It gets your heart pumping a little bit. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got the crystal. All right, so we'll see everyone back here July 6th, 7 p.m. And we're going to talk about labradorite. So do some work with it if you have time. Linda's already got a head start on us, so she's an overachiever. And just do some meditation, do some healing, lay with it, sleep with it, take it with you to work, carry it with you in the car, whatever feelings you have about it, then just focus on it, and then come back on the 6th and tell us what you felt and what you experienced. Yeah, absolutely, Sam. And Ellen, our Independence Day is on the 4th, so if you celebrate, then that's great. If you don't, then I'm going to have hot dogs, so that's on the agenda, and probably watermelon. I don't know why that's part of the 4th of July, but it is. So, okay, guys, thank you so much. We went a little bit over again. It's just one of those times I think that it's really easy to get caught up in our conversation. So thank you all again. So I will see you back here on the 6th at 7 p.m. We're going to talk labradorite, and I'll go through and I'll try and gather up our pictures of the grids that we did and put it in an album maybe, and that might help us until I can get that group going. Try and figure that out. I have a personal a private sale group, but I've never spun off a group, so I want to make sure I do it right and it's easy for everyone. I know I love Watermelon too, Priscilla. So refreshing. All right, guys. Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much. Okay, so Canada Day is 1st of July. Okay, that's only 2 days away. Well, Ellen, congratulations, and have a nice celebratory July 1st. So guys, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much your presence blesses me. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the 6th. Yep, almost forgot. Thank you. Bye.